Welcome everybody, I'm Alexander Linz, head of content of WatchAdvisor.com, the largest search engine for wristwatches and official retailers on the web. With me, I have the great pleasure to welcome Raynald Aeschlimann, who is President and CEO, I think you're both, of
Yes, exactly.
Omega.
Of course. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Raynald. Raynald, Baselworld 2018, you are relaunching the Seamaster 300, a watch that is an iconic Omega as the Speedmaster, and you've been quite you overlooked the entire piece, and it's like a new watch, even if you in the moment recognize it as being the Seamaster, legendary Seamaster 300. More modern dials, everything is new.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it is about working on the DNA of one iconic product. First of all, you know, we're celebrating 25 years of this incredible blue bezel, but we're also selling very, very well the black bezel. So they're like, you know, this whole Seamaster 300 meter is one of the few iconic watch of Omega, and it's not because like the Speedmaster has a whole history. It's a watch that's being very well perceived. It's a design that is iconic, and it's on the top, the watch of James Bond that is being sold on a daily basis everywhere in the world. So it was about time to get to the master certification, to get to the next level, and to make it the Omega of today, 2018, but still keeping the DNA of this Seamaster 300 meters, meaning technologically incredible. You know, if you think about the bezel, if you think about the new dial with the waves again. Ceramic dial. If you think about the master chronometer, the whole watch at itself is a new James Bond watch, is a new Seamaster 300 meter. But at the same time also celebrating this 25 years of very big history.
So you started, let me recap, 25 years ago you started to introduce a blue Seamaster?
Exactly, 300 meters.
300 meters, yeah.
Professional diving watch.
So you were ahead of time in the sense of blue is the new black.
Oh yeah, exactly. But still black is very, very well. But if you think also on the bezel or on the crown, this famous, you know, helium valve, which is so famous for being like an iconic piece of design, but also the bracelet. And this year, coming back to what I like at Omega is like celebrating 25 years, bringing a Titan tone watch that is incredible and that will very much please all the collectors. So it's a celebration more than anything that we're doing with the introduction, of course, with the master chronometer certification, the new movement, the new technology of today, and that we're very proud of.
And at a price point that is pretty, sorry when I'm honest, aggressive, I would say with 4,400, 500 Swiss francs starting.
But you know,
this is come on, it's an amazing price for such a watch.
But we at Omega, one of the reasons of our success is very much to know about all our customers. The customers have made us our success because we've been delivering much more value that they have, but they're very proud of it. Don't forget, this watch has a price that it's very well fitting. We're not an arrogant brand. We want the people to continue to wear that watch with a lot of pride as they do that. And we brought a lot of new technology, but that price is exactly the price. You cannot have anybody competing in that price level. We know that, but why should we increase the price? This is the price of this watch, and we're very proud of that.
I think it is going to be a huge success. I'm pretty sure. Talking about the James Bond watch.
Yes.
I know it's only 2019. We are still far away from the next movie. Will Bond wear again an Omega? Yes. He will wear an Omega.
There's a long discussion that we have, but I think that if you go to Basel and you see the strength of our relationship, it's also more than 25 years. I mean, that we have this whole story about that 8 movies, the whole fantastic evolution about James Bond, but also Omega worldwide. I mean, there's an incredible, strong, coherent, continuous relationship between us as an Omega, James Bond, the whole family. I mean, Ian, Mrs. Broccoli, Jim Wilson, and Michael Wilson, sorry. And there's a whole common values that we're sharing. And this has more value than any kind of a contract or any sponsorship. This watch of James Bond is an icon as much as James Bond is an icon. You know why? Also because this whole evolution came from the last 8 movies. So this is very clear. Because also the common understanding is very clear about what watch is a James Bond watch. This is an Omega. he will wear an Omega watch, yes.
And it will be a Seamaster 300.
It will be an Omega watch, and we'll think about it because it's also a discussion that with Daniel Craig that we know very well. Don't forget, Daniel Craig is also part of the family. He's visiting the factory. He's very much into watches, as we all know, vintage, but also new one. Yeah. But we'll discuss about it. This is the good things about it. There's not only commercial about it. This is much more emotional. But there's one thing that is very more important, is the common understanding from the old days and the love to the emotion of the product. And this is more than any kind of a money problem. This is an issue relating to values. And don't forget, people watching the James Bond movie, like the last one, which was a very big success for both of us, they were so incredibly happy and incredibly motivated to see that watch played a role. So let's first wait until the movie will start to see if the Omega watch will play a role or not, and that we will defend.
Save the world again with an Omega on the wrist. Good idea. Talking about the second, in my opinion, second most emotional watch of the brand, the Speedmaster. There's a Speedmaster coming to the market that is, when I saw it, I couldn't believe it. So beautiful, so unique, semi-skeletonized dial, new technologies being used to make that movement, but it still is a pure Speedmaster. Where do these ideas come from? Do you have? Why are you brainstorming such fantastic ideas? Are you going out and having all your team some bottles of red wine, or?
There's with Speedmaster, and I'm very proud about this new product. This is once again. I mean, and I'm so proud about it. This is another dark side of the moon, but this is the next dark side of the moon, because it's very easy in our watch industry to talk a lot, but I like facts, and I like to have the community being aware of what we're doing. And I'm sure that watch, having seen the result of all what we've seen so far, they respond very well. You know what? I always say for Speedmaster, like the real world of Apple, failure is not an option. And the evolution of the dark side was a discussion we had. But there's a community around it. There are many collectors who know, and also our product development, they know that this magical brand, that is Omega, but the magical on the Speedmaster, that you can do so much. But at the same time, there's also the technological part that we have been doing with our friends from the whole group. Starting from the research and development team, these crazy people, then to the people from Commodore, or the people from our movement factory, they believed in that product.
We have to say Commodore is these are the guys who are doing the glasses.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so just to
exactly, and also many of them that talking about coating and all that, because the quality must be the Omega quality, and then the result is
it's a full ceramic case.
Yes, it's and don't forget, it's also the magic about dark side, the magic about Speedmaster that is there very much around. So it's once again not just a product to celebrate something. It's a product which celebrate Speedmaster as it is, and celebrate the incredible technology that we can do. And it has a lot of emotion. I'm just hearing what you just said about looking at it. You've seen many of the Speedmaster, and that watch is again a step that nobody wanted or even believed about this. That's the magic about what we do. So we're not going to very well. We're just celebrating the watches. We're thinking about it. We're saying that what would be the next evolution of a Speedmaster. And I'm very proud of that new product, because it means so much Omega in that product.
We are online based, and one of the most successful watches you've recently been doing is this watch I'm wearing today. It's the Speedy Tuesday. Could you imagine in the series of a Speedmaster to redo such a kind of a watch that is born online, will be sold online, and will only target, let's say, online aficionados as it did last time? Was it a one-time shot, or is it possible you're going back to some of these? Could the online community once probably design or influence the design of such a watch? Can you imagine to do such things?
You should never say never, but one thing is very important, that the success of Speedy Tuesday was definitely linked on our incredible dynamism based on the Instagram and the social medias, but also linked with the celebrating of Speedmaster. I spoke before about celebration of Speedmaster. Speedy Tuesday is about celebrating Speedmaster as a watch, about most of this iconic history. So from that point of view, it has to be the right product, as that product was very much the product that had so much success outside also of the online community. For me, the evolution of Speedy Tuesday is obviously linked with the right moment, with the right product, and of course the right emotion around this. So of course there will be a new Speedy Tuesday, but there will not be like something that every year you would redo at the same time of year, and just asking yourself.
Unexpected.
And from that point of view, yes, there will be a new Speedy Tuesday, and we're very clear.
Will you call it again Speedy Tuesday, or?
Obviously, because this is relating to celebration every Tuesday on the Instagram of that watch that is an incredible watch.
Okay.
This is a community watch, and from that point of view, honestly, today I prefer to have everybody involved, including Robert Jan, to create the next one, as having people creating it. Not because I don't believe that the community is getting bigger and bigger and we have passionate people around it, but because I think that watch, the next one and the next one afterwards, have to be very much like the essence of what people are celebrating with Speedy Tuesday, which means that there's a lot of work to be done, and the right timing and the right emotion to be given. Failure is not an option, especially not on Speedy Tuesday. This is clear.
Yeah. Last question. The Omega CEO president has the choice of a lot of Omegas. Do you have one favorite watch you pick more often than the others? I don't want you to name all of them, but for sure you can choose in the morning, depending on where you go, what you wear, if you are in business. Is there one watch you say, I see myself always taking this particular one?
Yeah, obviously there's some watches that I really would like to cherish. Before coming to that, I always remind Mr. Hayek Senior, who's being such an incredible visionary.
He was wearing.
Yeah, he was wearing many, but he also always said that because he had that many brands and that many watches, that he had many kids, and it's the same like for many of us having a lot of kids, that it's easy, we share the whole passion for every of them. But there is the whole emotional part of one Seamaster chronograph that I have at Planet Ocean, that is one of the first red gold watches we've ever done. First, it's a real watch. It symbolizes so much of the Omega strengths of coming also back in that price segment. But it's also a watch that I had always and that I also gave to one of friend that had a cancer and survived very well and is living. So there's this watch,
but it's
is
linked to
always
a lot of emotions.
Exactly. So it's exactly what we are doing.
Yeah.
It's exactly why we are so special, because we truly believe that the emotion that we have in creating, in producing, in selling, and also in giving to the people that are wearing it is something special. So that's why that watch, whenever I go on holidays or whenever I have a bit of a time where I am not so sure about which one I wear, I always come back to that.
Seamaster Planet Ocean.
Seamaster Planet Ocean, black dial, red gold, this new incredible chronograph movement that we created. It's a watch because that watch was on the wrist whenever it was the time when it had to be there. It's a special watch. And if there is one watch, besides the Speedmaster, of course, unfortunately I was not there at the very famous beginning of the Speedmaster 1968.
We were too young.
Yeah, we were too young.
Babies.
That would be the watch that is for me the Omega of my collection.
Interesting. I wouldn't have thought Seamaster Planet Ocean. Very interesting. Raynald, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are looking forward to the things that are still coming.
Of course.
Do you have something? There's something also in the pipeline left.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
no, but you're not presenting everything in Basel.
No, of course not.
So people can expect some watches to come later.
At Omega, people should expect everything coming. If you think about what the horizon of 6 months. Yeah. Horizon of the next year, which is going to be 125 years of Omega brand name, which will be full of a lot of surprises. The surprises linked with all the culture, all the topics, linked with the universality about Omega.
So it's not done with Baselworld now, so you have to stay tuned, continue watching, of course, continue following what Omega is doing.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you also to subscribe on our YouTube channel and of course to like our videos, and stay tuned.
Thank you.